New York's
Hopefully this will air next Sunday.
Q1043.
Good morning to a dear friend, Frank Siller. He is the chairman and CEO of Tunnel to Towers, and I am so excited. I am so excited that for the first time since 2019, the Tunnel to Towers Tower Climb is back, and it's coming up June 5th. And the reason that I have Frank on this morning, because it's quite a ways off, is that I am setting up the Q1043 climbing team, and I want as many listeners as possible to join our team and raise as much money as possible for Tunnel to Towers. But I'm so excited it's back, Frank.
Yeah, thank goodness. It's a long time coming. It's an important event. It's a way that we remember all the heroes that ran into both the North and South Tower on September 11th, 2001, just over 20 years ago. And it's important that we have events like this to remember and to never forget. And, you know, you've been great. Q104.3 has been unbelievable. And how much you promote our mission of doing good and taking care of our first responders, not just here in New York, but all over America. And what we do for our military. So we appreciate your great support, Shelley. And you know what? You go up those stairs pretty good, let me tell you. I've seen you do that.
I came in first in my age group in 2019, and I intend to come in first again. Now, look, for those of you listening, and I know your heart's in the right place, and we all support Tunnel to Towers, and maybe you're thinking, I can't do this. Yes, you can do this. Here's the secret. First of all, I do not run up the steps. I am not an elite runner, although there is a group of elite runners. They're crazy people. This is what they do. This is what they do. I'm not one of those crazy people.
No, so you're one of our elite because of who you are. No, because you are. And look, we have other elites because we have these great heroes that go up the stairs, right?
Yes.
Noakes, a double amputee. We have these heroes that go up these 2,226 steps. Which is incredible, but you are definitely one of our elites.
Well, thank you. But here's the secret, people. Okay. So the first thing is you're walking up the steps. As you are walking up the steps and you stay to the right so that people can pass on your left, you are using the staircase handle, the handrail, to help pull yourself up. Now, when you get to about, for me, it's the 10th floor, I start getting out of breath and it gets very uncomfortable. That's the bad news. The good news is if you keep the same pace, it never gets worse. It just stays at that uncomfortable level until you hit 104 stories, or as I say, 104.3. It's doable. I did this in 35 minutes in 2019.
That's incredible. That's incredible pace. That's for sure. Hey, listen, you're doing it to honor people, these great heroes. So there should be some pain.
That's right.
People have to make some sacrifices, and it's not always easy to do the right thing. And but this is good, and but we celebrate. It's a celebration. You see how we bring everybody together, and we eat together afterwards, and and we're blessed to have so many great people who served. Firefighters, police officers, Port Authority officers, that do this, and we come together. So we're proud of, the work that we're doing. And this is a fundraiser too. So, it's important that we do raise money, because how are we going to take care of, and this past year, we announced that we're going to take care of all first responders that continuously die of 9/11 related illnesses that leave younger families behind. And we made that promise, and that's what we're doing. So so just know that the money goes to the right families and the right reason and the right cause.
Okay, so you can go to our website, q1043.com, and right on the website is a link to sign up for the team, the Q1043 climbing team. And of course, we want you to make a donation. But right now, my focus is to get a huge team of Q104.3 listeners to walk this with me. And it's a fantastic day right from the start. Now, we start in waves. There are different waves, but you are just, it is so inspiring. You have all these firefighters from all over the country in their fire gear or their t-shirts, or they're honoring a certain person who died on September 11th. It is so inspiring and moving. And you're going to feel like once you've done this, you can do anything. And like Frank said, the whole time I'm doing this, when you're uncomfortable, and yes, you're going to get uncomfortable, but you think of the amazing heroics of that day, like Frank's younger brother, Stephen, who was off duty and he was in Brooklyn and he was going to play golf with his brothers. And he finds out about the attack on the World Trade Center, and the battery tunnel is closed to traffic in full FDNY gear. He runs through the battery tunnel to the World Trade Center, only to become one of the 343 to die that day. And when Frank mentioned the number that we have lost since September 11th, I don't know if people are aware, Frank, we have now lost more people to 9/11 illnesses than we lost on 9/11. The FDNY alone has lost an additional 272 people. And it's not over. The nightmare isn't over. These people and their families have been living with this for 20 years. 9/11 didn't end on 9/11. We must do this to honor those we lost and continue to lose.
That's right. These great heroes went down to ground zero and were digging on the pile looking for their loved ones, the great heroes that they were working with. They were looking for my brother, their brothers, and they paid a big price for it. And these families are watching their loved ones fade away right in front of their eyes. They suffer for years with these cancers that are definitely attributed to the smoke and everything else that was going on down there around ground zero during that time. And, but they would go there and they would go if it, even knowing, of course they were told the air was okay, but even knowing if it wouldn't matter, they would have went anyway because they were called to duty. And it's incredible. My nephew, one of Stephen's boys, are going to be doing a climb this year.
Oh, how awesome.
Yeah, so, of course he runs, he's done the run many years. So all Stephen's children have. And he just does the run in gear in honor of his dad. But the thing is that people come and they have their personal reasons, their loss that they had, but they also come to make sure they honor all those who perished, as we said, just not that day, but have been perished ever since. This past September 11th, on September 12th, we read all the names of everyone who's died of 9/11 illnesses, not just first responders. We feel it's just so important that we remember all those. As you said, so many more have died since 9/11. And this is our way of doing it. But, we want to make sure that these families that suffered and pay such a big price for us, we're going to pay off their mortgages so they could stay in their homes after seeing their loved ones, as I said before, fade away. So there's a lot of good things that we're doing. I want you to know we're going to make a big announcement soon, right around just before the climb, excuse me. And you'll see something else that we're going to be doing as a foundation, for our veterans in this case. So we're proud of the work that we're doing. We've been doing it for 20 years and we keep on taking on more and more because of the goodness and generosity of like your listeners and the ones who participate in these climbs and runs that we do all across the country. And, of course, the big New York City run that we do every year, on the last Sunday in September. That's pretty fantastic.
Yes, I am speaking with Frank Siller. He is the chairman and CEO of the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. And we are trying to get you to join the Q1043 climbing team because, as I have done this for as many years as the Tunnel to Towers tower climb has been in existence, I will be doing the tower climb again. We want you to donate, but we also want you to join the Q1043 team. Just go to our website, q1043.com, and you can just click on, you'll see Tunnel to Towers, and it'll take you right to the sign up. But Frank, you mentioned veterans. You've done extraordinary work for veterans. So explain to the listeners where their money's going.
Well, we started when the first quadruple amputee had ever survived any war. Sergeant Brenda Morocco was from my hometown, Staten Island, New York. That's where Stephen was born, my brother, the firefighter who gave his life on 9/11. And we went down to visit him in Walter Reed. And while I was down there, I said, Brenda, can we build you a home, a mortgage-free home? And he accepted. And we saw the difference it made in his life. We ended up building him a smart home, a home that he could work off his iPad and open the doors. And, this guy's quadruple amputee. Think about how hard it is for him to get around in a house and stuff. So we put all the amenities that you can't even imagine what we put into his house. And there's so many great heroes that paid such a big price for our country, that gave their bodies for our country. So we build literally hundreds of these over the United States. I think we have 50 in the process right now of either buying the land or under construction. 50 more, and we've built well over 100 of them already. Then, we take care of Gold Star families, those families that are left behind that, paid the ultimate sacrifice. Their loved one paid the ultimate sacrifice by protecting our country. 7,000 men and women in uniform died since 9/11. And many of them had, young families. And, so we either build them a home, a modest home. These are not the same homes we build like for the catastrophically injured, or we pay off their mortgage. If they have a mortgage, if they already had a home, and most of them do not, because, they travel from base to base. So we build them a home. So we do that for the Gold Star family. So we're so proud of it. And, what we do for first responders all across the country, those who continuously die for us. You see how many police officers are being just shot and killed because they're police officers, and how many others die, at a traffic accident, get run over by a tractor trailer. There was a police officer who just back to work, a female, after maternity leave, and down in North Carolina. I remember her first name is Mia. I forget her last name right now. I'm sorry, but she was just finished maternity leave. She had a 3-year-old, a 1.5-year-old, and a newborn, and she just got killed in the line of duty, and we're paying off her mortgage.
Oh.
She leaves behind her husband and those 3 kids, and her husband's a firefighter, so that family knows all about service. So just know that when you raise your money, and you join Shelley's team, and she always comes in first with the fundraising, so you can't break that streak.
That's my goal.
And I love that goal. That all your money is going to go help these great families that have paid the ultimate sacrifice. And these families, even though their loved ones serve, they serve as well, because, they're the ones that don't know every day if their husbands or wives are going to come home from work. And all too many times they do not. And when they don't, we want to be there. Tunnel to Towers wants to be there to take care of these families that are left behind.
And what percentage of the money that is raised goes directly toward the cause?
95.2% is our percentage of our last tax return. It might be 94.8 this year. I'm not sure, but it's the highest percentage anybody that does the kind of work that we do, for sure. Our admin costs are very low. We're very proud of that. We want to make sure that people's hard work donation, their money that they make, goes to the intended cause. Look, this foundation bears my brother's image and name, and we're always going to hold it to the highest standards. We will never tarnish his reputation, his legacy of doing good. And so you could rest assured that when you make a donation, the money is going to go to where it's supposed to go.
So if you can walk and you could put one foot in front of the other, you can train to join the Q1043 team, the climbing team, the Tunnel to Towers World Trade Center climb coming up on June 5th. If you can't join us, you can certainly, and we hope you do, make a donation, Tunnel to Towers, T2T.org. Go right to our website, Q1043.com, sign up, make your donation. I will be so proud to have our team do good in memory of all of those heroes we lost. And thank you so much, Frank Siller. I'm proud to call you my friend. I really am, my friend.
God bless you.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.